Good morning, children. How are you all? I hope you are all doing good. Well, children, tell me, when did India get independence? Yes, India was declared a free nation on 15th August 1947 after a great and a long struggle of freedom. India was declared a free nation on 15th August 1947. Children, you know, the Britishers ruled over our country for 2 centuries. Well, children, today we are going to start a new and interesting lesson. Lesson 10, the British Raj and the First War of Independence. In this lesson, we shall study how the Britishers gained control over India. But in Module 1, we are going to learn when, how, and why the Britishers came to India. Britishers came to India as traders for buying and selling the things for business. Since ancient time, India was very rich country. It was known all over the world for its textile, cotton clothes, silk, perfumes, artifacts, gold, indigo. What do you mean by indigo? Natural blue color dye. And they were also famous for the precious stones, spices, and other minerals. But spices were the most important items of trade. Well, children, by the mid 15th century, Arab traders had already established a flourishing trade with India and selling Indian goods in the European markets. The Europeans were naturally very keen to trade directly with India, but they were helpless since the land routes were under the control of whom? Under the control of Turks and Arabs, and they have blocked the entry for European traders. The European thus turned toward the sea as a possible means to reach Indian shores. The European rulers, especially the Portuguese, started exploring new sea routes to India so that they could bypass the land route, which was controlled by whom? Controlled by the Arab and the Turks. Well, Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese sailor, was the first European to reach India by sea. Where he reached? He reached Calicut. Now it is Kozhikode in the state of Kerala in 1498 in the western coast of India after going around the tip of Africa. The Portuguese were the first to start trade with India after reaching the western coast of India in Calicut. Next, the Portuguese. First they capture which place? Calicut. Next, the Portuguese capture Goa by 1510. Then later, they capture Daman and Diu, now Union Territory in Western India. Well, the Portuguese flourished their economy due to trade with India, and the Dutch were the one who got attracted first from them. So who were the Dutch? The nation native of Netherlands, and they were followed by whom? By Britishers and by the French merchants. So children, which are the European countries came to India for trade? First were the Portuguese. They came in the year 1498. So Portuguese came to India. They came to Calicut. Next, the Dutch arrived in Pulicat in 1595 in Tamil Nadu. Then who came? Then came the Britishers who landed in Surat in 1608 and followed by Danish. Who were Danish? The native to Denmark came to Tranquebar It is in Mayiladuthurai district of Indian state of Tamil Nadu. And at last, who came? The French came to Pondicherry in 1664. And they were collectively known as European traders. Portuguese, Dutch, Britishers, Danish, and French were collectively known as European traders. Let's understand why and how the Britishers entered, because that's what we are interested in. Okay, children, let us know why the Britishers wanted to do trading by themselves in India through a video. One day in 1599, it was typically English day. It was raining, it was windy, and the skies were sad, dull, and grey. An Englishman goes off to buy spices. He was a rich man. He always buys spices from Dutchman because it is only Dutch traders who bring spices to Europe. They control the European spice trade. Everyone buys from them and they were very happy. Britishers to buy from them. But one day the Dutchman was like, a pound of pepper now costs 5 sterling more. What do you mean by sterling? British money. What? Said the Britishman. He went back to his other English friend and they were all like, how dare they charge more? So on 24th September 1599, 24 merchants from the city of London decided to go to India and bring spices by themselves. Thus, the English East India Company was set in the year 1600. The English company acquired a charter from Queen Elizabeth I. Who was she? She was the Queen of England. What do you mean by charter? Charter means a written legislative paper of a country. So Queen Elizabeth signed a paper where she was in particularly gave that the English company completely individual rights to trade with whom? With Eastern countries. Now with the charter, the company went to the eastern side through sea routes to buy the goods in cheap rate and carry them back to Europe and sell them in high price. Children, William Hawkins was a representative of the English East India Company, notable for being the commander of Hector. Hector is nothing but the first company ship to anchor. Anchor is nothing but a device usually of metal attached to a ship or boat by a cable to hold it in a particular place. So as I said, William Hawkins was a representative of English East India Company, reached at Surat in India on 24th August 1608. William Hawkins got out of the ship and from there he went to Agra. So William Hawkins got out of the ship and got into the city of Surat and from there he went to Agra. Why? Because the big boss, the powerful and the rich Mughal king lived there. Who was that? Jahangir, fourth Mughal emperor. And the representative of English East India Company asked the permission to trade in India. Mughal Emperor Jahangir granted a firman. Firman is nothing but the royal order bearing the seal of the emperor during the Mughal period. So, Mughal Emperor Jahangir granted a firman to Captain William Hawkins, permitting the English to set up trading centers at Calcutta, now Kolkata, and in Madras, now Chennai, and also in Bombay, now Mumbai. Soon the company set up its factory at Surat, Madras, Orissa, and Bengal. For storing what? For storing goods and commodity such as cotton, silk, indigo, dye, salt, tea, spices. Children, to gain the supremacy is nothing but to gain the power and reap to make the large amount of profit. Britishers fought with the Dutch, the French, and with the Portuguese trading companies and acquired a complete control over India's trade. The British finally won the battle by 1800, had become the main European country trading with the India. Actually, initially, British entered in our country for doing trade. They got permission and they followed their trade and got profit. But after the death of Jahangir and Aurangzeb, India was divided into small kingdoms. They fight with each other. The British East India Company took advantages and slowly and steadily established their rule in India by building more and more factories along the Indian sea coast. Children, in the next module, you all will learn about how did the British East India Company became traders to rulers. Transformation from traders to ruling enterprise. Okay, children, let's quickly recap what we have learned in today's learning session. So, Portuguese were the first to start trade in India, later followed by the Dutch, the British, the Danish and the French. We also have learned about how and why the Britishers came to India. That's all, children. I think my class was very informative. Children, thousands laid down their lives so that our country breathed this day. Never forget their sacrifice. Okay, children, bye. Take care.